This week you can win an AK Blue Lemonade sticker craft. To enter like every week, like, comment and subscribe and react to the posting on my Discord server, linked below. Thanks! Buff163 is by far more than the website that is very commonly mixed up with Buff.market. To make it clear for everybody, Buff163, biggest cash marketplace in the world, very good for checking prices, only Chinese people can deposit or withdraw, but everybody can sell, buy or use it. Buff.market, the, in comparison, very small, little, English-speaking brother of Buff163, same company, same system, but cash outs and deposits everywhere. But as it only has like 5% of the volume of its big brother, it's a bad place to check prices. Good. Nowhere else than Buff163 you will find that volume of sales and especially that amount of unique and special items. I mean, not even on the Steam community market, items are selling that often. So it is not surprising that most people tend to go there when they want to price check an item. As depositing and withdrawing there is only allowed to Chinese residents, going to the site to check prices is as far as most people go. But what if you are a trader or just a normal person looking for good deals? There are a few ways you can use Buff163 to either make a profit or save a lot of money buying items compared to other markets. And you will learn how all of that works after this message of me. No, my sponsor. This video is sponsored by skinsmonkey.com. Skinsmonkey is an automated CSGO bot trading site. They offer a huge amount of skins to instantly trade to, 24/7 live chat support and a 35% bonus on every cash deposit. With a referral code NEON you can get a free up to $5 bonus on your first trade when exchanging items worth at least $100. So like you can see here, I've calculated a little bit and found this cool deal on Skinsmonkey. I also used my $5 bonus. I just selected these 5 items out of my inventory for these 2 gut knife safari meshes field tested. I even got some leftover balance on the side, which I can use for my next trade. The 2 gut knives were on trade logs, so I just saved them onto the side, but some days later I could just withdraw them to my Steam, and as you can see here, I've got a really good upgrade and with my bonus code also a really good deal. So check out Skinsmonkey right now. Link to the site with my bonus code is in the description. Before we start, let's see how you can actually acquire buff balance in the first place, because you will need something to make something, you know? There are basically 3 possibilities. Be Chinese, not yours, okay? Second, sell items on the site, because everybody can just access the site. If you are from North America, you will need an external phone number, like from Europe for example, to access the site, as through sanctions with China, NA phone numbers are blocked there. So you can sell items on the site or buy balance from traders directly. Most traders sell their balance 1-to-1, fees on you, which means if you send them $1,000, you list an item there for $1,000, which the trader buys then, and after the sale you end up with $975 in your buff balance, because the buff selling fee for CS2 items is 2.5%. If you use Dota items, it's a little bit lower. As you most likely not want to sell any item from your inventory, you need a transfer item first, which needs to be tradable. As Buff has a limit on how much you can overprice an item, I recommend cheap souvenir skins from old majors, as these only cost a few cents and can be listed on the site for many hundreds of dollars. Because if you go to Buff and filter by souvenir and just take any old collection like Cobblestone for example and just filter by price, field tested souvenir scar, 30 cents, you can see these are all old stickers. And if you just check how much you can overprice those, of course it always depends on the individual sticker, but you see these 30-cent skins you can easily list for a few $100s. So now that you have balance, let's see how you can profit from that. First, you could just buy any item you want, as there's a good chance that even after the 2.5% fee you just lost, it's still a better deal than on most other sites. Second, flipping on other markets. As prices on Buff163 are way lower than most other sites, it is not uncommon that you can buy items there and sell them for more on other sites. Of course, you always have to keep in mind the fees you have to pay. But just an example here with current listing prices and fees included. Example, at field tested Orb Dragonlore. Don't worry, you don't need a $5,000 skin, just that you understand the principle. The field tested Dragon Lore is $5,155 on Buff at the moment. So if we buy the balance from a trader or just sell items, we have to spend in total $5,287. If we now check how much this is going for on some popular marketplaces, even after the fee on D-Market, for example, we will end up with $5,389, so a $111 profit. On CS Float, we end up with $5,555, nice, so a $268 profit, or on Skin Baron with a whopping $593 of profit, and so on. If you use buy orders or bargains, you can even get items cheaper and therefore make even more profit. But a short disclaimer here, of course, it is not promised that those items sell for the listening price. So please check on the sites how often these items sell and for which prices, so you can make a genuine guess if you think there is a good chance that the item will be bought for the price you are asking for. Method 3 of making profit on Buff163: buy orders and bargains in general. As Buff163 is the biggest marketplace in the world, there is a lot of potential with buy orders or bargains, so just buying items under market price. Just be aware that you are definitely not the only one doing this. So when you are choosing which item you want to put a buy order on, you have to always find a balance between liquidity, so how easy an item is to sell, and the profit you make. The most liquid items on Buff163, let's take a field tested M4 print stream for example, they have buy orders like 1% under the actual market price. And with your initial loss of 2.5%, that's not really worth it. But if you go a bit deeper, it is not uncommon to find items where the buy orders are like 5 to 10% under the market price and the item is still rather liquid. A good example here, which I did a long time, I don't know if it's still valid, was different StatTrak Factory New Doppler knives. So it's a really popular knife, but it's StatTrak, so it's a little bit more unliquid, giving you a better chance to profit. And you also there have a really good chance of getting like a rare phase or just a low float. If you put those buy orders or bargains, you will most likely have to refresh them pretty often, as people will outbid you because they're doing the same thing as you. But when you're doing this regularly, just look at your buy orders a few times every day, it can be really worth it. I myself did it for a long time, like I said, with the StatTrak Doppler knives, to cash out my buff balance in a profitable way. Sometimes I was even lucky and got an item that was worth more than market price. I once even got a rank 3 lowest float StatTrak Doppler, which isn't too crazy, but still a little bit over market. The most insane thing I got was 0.09 blood pressure gloves, which at that time was a $300 profit. This is very ducking unlikely, okay? But there is a chance, and as a trader you always like calculate how much profit you make, so it's definitely worth it to count that in. Hashtag might be worth it. And as you're hopefully putting buy orders at like 10 to 5% under market price, you make a profit either way. So if it's a rare pattern or a low float, it's even better. Number 4, market difference correlated trading. Sounds like a fancy and complicated word. It also is a fancy and complicated strategy. I talked about it in a recent video, so 1 month ago Neon, he was still young, take it over. You hopefully know that prices differ between sites, and also some do not really reflect real life value, even though CS Money has US dollars there. Those are not US dollars, guys. But how much these prices differ changes from site to site and item to item. So yeah, you most likely know that, but how do you make profit here? For example, the revolver case goes for $1.55 on Buff at the moment and $2.12 on Steam, which is 141% Buff price, while the Prisma 2 case goes for $64 on Buff and $1.08 on Steam, so 169, wink wink, % on Steam. So if somebody would now spend $100 on Buff for Prisma 2 cases, sell them on Steam, buy revolver cases with the balance he gets and sell those on Buff again, he ends up with a 2.2% profit after the 15% Steam fees and after the 2.5% buff fees. So choose a better market than Steam with lower fees and you can make a good amount of profit just because these prices differ too much. Just keep in mind that the trade lock makes this really risky here, as within the 7 days your items are tradable, the prices can just change, making you just end with nothing or a loss. And the last point, classic item sniping. Buff163 is one of the most competitive and professional environments to snipe for good deals. And even here they are possible. So just refreshing the site, going through new listings, or using external tools to compare prices, you can really find some good deals. But to be honest, there are better platforms to do that, like GamerPay. Because nowadays it is not uncommon to find liquid mid-tier items for like 5% less than buff price on GamerPay or comparable sites. Where on Buff163 you will most likely have to search for that, as you're really taking this site as a comparison. And even if you find a deal like that, you've already lost 2.5% getting the balance. So it might be worth getting another site, but it's definitely possible too. And yeah, I think that wraps up the video pretty good. Don't forget to join the giveaway, boys. I am Neon and I'll see you guys in the next one.